Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 10 o'clock news on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Good evening and thanks so much for joining us tonight. I'm Samantha Sullivan. Brutal cold, heavy snow, Mother Nature is leaving her last mark on 2018. A day of slide-offs and collisions. Now that brutal cold making the search for a little boy missing under the ice of the Musselshell River even more difficult for responders. The search for a 3-year-old boy has been suspended for the night. Musselshell County Undersheriff Sean Lesnick says the boy and a 5-year-old girl were along the edge of the river around 11:15 this morning. The boy then fell into the water and has yet to resurface. Lesnick says the conditions are very difficult to work with and that the ice is up to 6 inches thick in some places. Crews are being forced to use chainsaws and drills to breach the ice. Cameras are being put into holes in an effort to locate the young boy. We are told the boy was with a group who was in town visiting the Kilby Butte Hutterite colony. The 5-year-old girl with him was unharmed. And now we'll turn things over to Bob. Bob, it's New Year's Eve, and just like the New Year's ball, our temperatures are just continuing to drop lower and lower.
Yeah, now at the moment we have a few clouds over Billings right now, so it's actually not falling that fast. We're still right at about 6 degrees, but once those skies clear up, those temperatures are going to fall. And you know what? That's not the only thing falling. Let me show you what fell earlier today as far as snowfall. Take a look at this video. You can see this is the way it looked over in Helena today. A lot of snowfall out there. And of course, we had some snow in the Billings area as well. You can see over there by Metro Park. Mitch Legge got this picture today. And look at the snow there. Yeah, with very slick streets out there tonight. Even walking, it's just hard to get around. Let me show you how we're doing snowfall-wise. This is what we had. Red Lodge had 12 inches, 11 inches at 8 miles east of Laurel, 10 inches by Story, Wyoming, 9 inches by Bighorn, Wyoming, and Blue Creek in Yellowstone County had 8.5 inches. Now, our forecast for tonight is showing temperatures expected to drop down to what? 6 below zero tonight around midnight. We'll see if that happens. It's going to be very cold. You don't want to be caught out there without a car or something like that. Let's go back to Sammy.
All right, thanks, Bob. If all this snow has been a pain for your commute, the city of Billings is trying to plow through that problem. This map shows the plowing plan for this round of snow. It starts in that green zone in the top central portion of the map, and then we'll move to the heights. From there, crews will work clockwise, ending in the dark purple area just below the starting point. Just a reminder, the plowing rotation does change each snowfall, so this order is only for this round. It won't be the same next time. And tonight, as you hit the town to celebrate the new year, remember extra patrols will be out and about, cracking down on impaired driving. In Billings, Montana Highway Patrol will be live tweeting throughout the night, showing the public their busy New Year's Eve, but also as a way to reinforce the message of safe driving. Sergeant Eric Gilbert of the Billings District says 6 troopers will be on shift in Billings and the surrounding areas. He says if you're going to go out to celebrate the new year, plan ahead and get a designated driver, but also have some fun. He says with the extra snowfall, they are anticipating an extra busy New Year's Eve. And AAA also reminding those who will be celebrating this New Year's Eve to stay safe. Tonight they will be running their Holiday Safe Ride program, offering free transportation and towing to those out celebrating. For assistance, you can call the number on your screen. This program has been running since the 21st of December and will continue until 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. Well, in other news this New Year's Eve, your DNA is yours, but do you actually own it? One Billings legislator is pushing a bill this session to allow you to keep the rights to your own DNA and prevent other companies from sharing it. Republican Representative Daniel Zalkanov wants Montanans to have a say in whether or not their biometric DNA is shared. He says it mostly comes down to advertisers using your DNA to track what you buy and places you frequent. Biometric information is anything on your body that identifies you, such as face recognition, the veins in your palms, your retinas, and even your heartbeat. During the session, Zalkanov says he's working across the aisle to stop companies from sharing your DNA.
I think that we should be able to go to where we want, when we want, without knowing that there's a tracking device like that you have not given consent for. I don't think that that's the world that we want to go towards. And unless we put these in law today, it's going to be too late, because it's very hard to go against industries making billions of dollars off of your information.
If the legislature agrees, Montana could fall in line with states like Washington that already have similar laws in place. The Montana legislature starts January 7th in Helena. While it's not yet even 2019, the race for 2020 is already starting to take shape. Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren took a major step towards a presidential run by announcing she's launching an exploratory committee. Natalie Brand has more on how she's testing the waters.
In a New Year's Eve message emailed to supporters, Senator Elizabeth Warren becomes the first big-name Democrat to lay the groundwork for a potential presidential run.
I'm launching an exploratory committee for president.
And at a media briefing Monday, she sounded very much like a presidential candidate.
Republicans, Donald Trump, have made clear they think government should work for the wealthy and the well-connected. I think it ought to work for everyone else.
Warren is not the only U.S. senator believed to be weighing a bid. In fact, there's more than a dozen lawmakers, governors, and business leaders also said to be thinking about running. Warren, a former Harvard law professor turned U.S. senator, is urging fellow Democrats to build a network of small donors.
Since I've made the announcement this morning, I've already received donations from all 50 states, the District of Columbia, and Puerto Rico. That's how you build a grassroots campaign.
President Trump and Senator Warren have publicly sparred over her claim to Native American heritage. She even took a DNA test and publicly released the results.
She did very badly in proving that she was of Indian heritage. That didn't work out too well.
With her announcement in the final hours of 2018, Senator Warren appears to be getting a jump on her competition 13 full months before the Iowa caucuses. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
The Republican National Committee issued a statement today calling Senator Warren out of touch and, quote, extreme far-left obstructionist with phony minority status claims. Well, coming up on tonight's 10 o'clock news, it's a new year, but sometimes it's fun to look back on some old memories. We'll rewind our rewind right after the break. Plus, it was an eventful year for the U.S. We'll look back on the events that shaped 2018. But in sports, we're taking a look forward. The Golden Bears looking to make a statement early in 2019 that they belong in the title conversation. Hear from them in just a bit.
You're watching MTN News with Jay Cohn and Janelle Slade. Storm Tracker weather with Bob McGuire. And sports with Scott Green. This is the 10 o'clock news on Q2, Montana's news leader.